Every car varies, you know, depending on what you're going to use it for, tyre choice, personal choice, you know. So we have basically two formulas here, one for a McPherson strut, one for a double wishbone setup, which is, you know, gives you the law to work out basics, but then you really have to tweak it for each individual driver. For instance, some drivers like it more biased oversteer, some like it understeer. For instance, my brother and myself used to race BMWs years ago. His spring rates were different to mine because I like my car to perform one way, he liked his car the other way. Yeah, but it is really tailored to each individual person of how they want their car to be. Road tyre, you want it to be a lot softer because they'll roll more, you'll just chew the thread up. A semi-slick, again, is harder. And then full slick, you want it really stiff to get the heat in the tyre. If you don't get the heat in the tyre's not going to perform. If it's too soft on a slick, then you'll roll the tyre much and you'll be sort of eating into the sidewalls. Because lever ratios, yeah, for instance, we was looking at a motorbike shop. You know, you said to me, why is this spring rate so high? It was £940 on the back of a Kawasaki when there's only one person on it and the bike only weighs a couple of hundred kilos. It's because of lever ratio. The swing arm is here, the wheel is here, the damper's here, and it's at an angle. So you've got all of that lever ratio to compress that spring, plus the angle of the damper as well, it takes into account. The more angle, you know, the more lever ratio it is. So it's just all complicated to try and work out. People think, oh, I'll just, you know, give me that spring rate and it's going to work, but it just doesn't work like that. Manufacturers build in understeer in a front wheel drive car because they say it's safer than oversteer, and then obviously we try and dial it out to a point where it suits that person, you know. And if it's a really high spring rate on the rear, soften up a little bit, but also look at the rake of the car. If it's too twitchy on the rear, lift the nose, put more weight over the back so the back grips more. The less grip in the back, the more twitchy it's going to be. If it's understeering too much, look at the spring rates on the rear. If it's too soft, stiffen it up, but then look at the rake of the car, put it nose down to get more weight over the nose to get the tyres to bite to turn in. Well, I would do it slightly understeer. I would not give them an oversteer car because, you know, bit damp, they're going to end up backwards into the barrier. It depends on the driver, you know. It really depends on the driver. Some guys can get a really quick lap and they like it, you know, understeer. Some guys prefer it oversteer, get a better lap. Certain racing drivers that we've worked with in the past, ex-Formula 1, and he set up his Lotus Elise race car so soft it was ridiculous. But for him, that's the way he loved it, you know, and he got such good lap times. That what he used to beat everybody. Give us as much information as possible. Weight of the car, corner weights of the car, tyre type, how you prefer the car to be set up, what events you're going to be doing, and then we'll tailor it as best we can to there. The more information you give us, the easier it is for us to set the car up.